Giannis has a new game because Giannis has a new stroke. He's shooting 33% from three, and that has opened things up even more for the reigning league MVP. Is Giannis Antetokounmpo becoming unstoppable? ESPN NBA analyst Kirk Goldsberry wrote a piece on the growth of Giannis' game, and he joins me now on the Shell Pinzo Performance Line. What's up, Kirk?
What is up, Will? How are you, man?
So I guess we'll find out really in the playoffs, right? But if Giannis can shoot, and he's certainly willing to shoot, he's not stoppable, right?
Yeah, I believe that Giannis, if he can shoot even an average 3-point shot, will immediately becomes the best player in the NBA if he's not already. And in part because he's the most dominant interior scorer already since Shaq was in his prime. The stats back it up in terms of points in the paint and efficiency. But defensively, the dude, compare him to Doncic or Harden or any of these other MVP candidates, he is much better as a defensive player. So I think he's already the most complete player in the NBA as it stands. But if he adds a 3-point shot, then it's just obvious he becomes the best player in the world.
This came up on Get Up a day or so ago. Who would you build your franchise around for the next 10 years if you could draft or pick any player in the NBA? And Legler and Richard Jefferson both picked Luka Doncic as the centerpiece of their franchise for the next 10 years. Would you pick Luka?
I'm not mad at anybody who picks Luka. I think he would be my second. I think I'd take Giannis for the aforementioned. And we've seen him be the best player on a team that's the best offense and one of the best defenses in the league. And I think that's what separates him, is you know what you're getting. He got to the conference finals as a 24-year-old leader last year. He seems to be a super-driven competitor. I would say almost all the same things about Luka, by the way. We're younger. We just haven't seen it, Will. We haven't seen it with Luka in the playoffs. It's a little bit of an unknown. And I don't think he'll ever be a defensive impact player in the way that Giannis is. He's
not as unstoppable either as Giannis has shown to be. But on the other hand, Giannis has 4 years more experience on Luka. That's the scary thing. I'm a huge Mavericks fan. I'm a huge Luka fan. But he's not Giannis, not yet. But on the other hand there, Kirk, what is he going to be 4 years from now? That's the crazy thing.
No, and that's the exact right frame. I think if in 4 years he'll be probably the best scorer in the NBA. I think he has the skills to be the best offensive player in the NBA and an MVP at age 24, just like Giannis was. I think if you're a Mavericks fan, you are ecstatic right now. You know, Mark Cuban just celebrated his 20th anniversary as an owner, Will. I don't know if you realize that. It made me feel old. But, he was kind of looked down upon early in his ownership career. But 20 years later, he has built one of the best stable franchises in the NBA. And looking forward, assuming Luka stays healthy and stays on the team, this is going to be one of the best franchises in the next decade. And
that's kind of 20 years is kind of interesting, Kirk. And I know you worked with the Spurs organization as well, so you're a little bit warped on this. But so he's struck gold twice in 20 years, right? He's got Dirk, and then he got Luka. I wonder what is a good return in 20 years on striking gold on a player? I mean, you guys hit with Robinson was there already, right? And then you got Tim. But then, I mean, I don't know if Manu and Tony Parker are striking gold. And Kawhi, which you traded for, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Is 2 absolute gold strikes in 20 years, is it beating the odds? I think it is, right?
It definitely is beating the odds. I mean, there's 30 teams, and Dirk was certainly a top 5 player for most of his career. Won a championship as the best player in the 2011 season. And Luka looks to be a top 5 player for years to come. So in a group of 30 teams, if you have dudes like that, you're playing with house money. But they didn't just get these guys. They found them, and in some cases they traded a lot to get to them. But look, the Dallas Mavericks are in good shape for years to come, and I'm ready to call Luka Doncic the best player under 23 in the world right now, Will. And he deserves that recognition. And I can't wait to see what he's going to become. Right now, I just put him a little bit behind some of the other best players in the league.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.